Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be working with this Labradoodle puppy. She's about 10 months old right now, and she knows some basic commands like sit and lay down. What I'm going to be doing today is starting her on a stay. I'll show you how this process works, or at least how I teach the dogs to stay. One thing that I like to do is I like to put the dogs up on some type of platform when I'm first teaching it. It makes it really clear to the dog that when they step off that platform that's not what I want, versus if the dog is just sitting or laying down on a flat surface. So when you're first practicing the stay, you'll find that a lot of times it's a lot easier to put your dog up on some type of step or on a dog bed, something that makes a very defined boundary of when the dog breaks that stay. So let's get started. Mila here. As always, I have a few treats, so anytime I'm teaching something, I'm using food. I'm going to get her interested in it. I'm going to put her up here and feed her for getting up on the platform. I'm going to go ahead and tell her to stay, and now just to show you she doesn't know it, stay. So she comes right off. So let's teach it to her. Come on, girl. Get her up on the platform. Good. And at this point, I'm not too concerned with the dog sitting or laying down even at this point. Stay. I'm going to start to back away. When she comes off of that platform, I'm going to say no, and I'm going to return her. Now that time, because I was talking to the camera, my timing was pretty sloppy, so I'm going to show you with good timing. Nope. Return. Stay. There's hesitation. We're going to feed that. Good. Stay. You're going to practice backing away from your dog and coming back and feeding them. Stay. Good. So you may start off reinforcing the stay often at first, so you're feeding pretty quick. As the dog gets better, we're going to start to increase the amount of time in between those food rewards. And now we also want a release cue. Okay. That lets the dog know that we're done with the exercise. Let's do this again. She's finding out pretty quick that getting on that platform works for her. Good. Stay. So as the dog gets better, we can work on increasing our distance away from her. Coming back to her. Good. Stay. I could even drop the leash if she's doing well. Nope. Mark that with no. Return the dog. Stay. And I don't feed after that break, so I'm not going to give her a treat after she comes off of it. Good. Stay. And so you're seeing a lot of the hesitation, and that's a really good sign when the dog is doing that. It means learning is really starting to take place. Good. Okay. And release. And again, back up on. Stay. As your dog gets better with the stay, you're going to start to increase the distance away from the dog, increase the length of time that the dog can stay for, and then you may start to add in various distractions. So you may drop a piece of food on the ground, toss a ball. That was good. She waited for that. Good. And we're going to release. Okay. Now, once the dog gets really good at staying up on that platform, then I'll bring them down and I'll practice doing things like sit and stay on the ground. But it's really useful to start off putting the dog in a stay up on a platform. They just seem to have gain a better understanding of it quicker. Okay, good girl. Let's do one more. Up. Stay. And so the stay work is something that I generally always do right off the start with a board and trained dog. I just find it really creates a nice foundation for everything else that I'm going to be covering. With companion dogs, I'm really only really focused on a few different things to teach them. Basically, really 4, maybe 5. And those are: I want the dog to have a nice stay. So when I tell you to stay somewhere, I want you to stay. I want the dog to come to me when I call them. I want the dog to leave things alone when I tell them. Then that would be like a leave it cue. And then I want the dog to have some good manners on the leash. So if I'm walking the dog out in public and they see other dogs or other people, that they don't act like an idiot. Okay. And then a 5th thing may be teaching the dog how to be alone. So a lot of dogs have problems with the owner leaving the home or being crated, so that's something that I often will focus on with a board and trained dog, is how to cope with being away from humans. because that's something really important to teach a dog, because they're going to have to be alone. And a dog that's really uncomfortable or feels a lot of separation anxiety, it's really unhealthy for the dog. All right, this dog's doing well. This is really about the length of training session that I need, and I'll do maybe another one later today, and then tomorrow I may do 2 or 3, and that's really all that a young puppy like this needs. Good girl. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in another video. Okay. Good girl.